I've been married a long time ago. Where did you come from? Where did you go?
Good morning, DSMS. This is Mr. H in the new studio. I'm here today with a reminder to all students related to our Student Code of Conduct. You may remember in the early fall, in August or September, all students spent some time with Mrs. O'Boyle hearing about our Student Code of Conduct, the expectations at school. Well, now we're into 2019, we're into March, and some of those reminders may not be as fresh as they once were. We have some concerns on campus, and I'm going to highlight a few of those. I'd ask all students to listen carefully. We do not like to have a lot of suspensions at school. When we look at our suspension data at DSMS, we find that the most suspensions that we have at our campus are for prohibited substances, usually vapes. And we're hearing from word of mouth and from other sources like online reporting, the online anonymous tip reporting, that vapes are still a persistent problem at DSMS. We want all of our students to make good choices. Know that these substances are banned at school. They're not appropriate to have in your backpack to use, share, trade, or sell. And we want you to make good choices so that you don't find yourself suspended or prohibited from activities in high school because of your choices here in middle school. So make good choices. Refrain from using those. They're not healthy and they don't bring good things. The second reminder is about physical boundaries. This is another subject that Mrs. O'Boyle's presentation covered in August and September. This is about public displays of affection. These can also result in referrals or suspensions, and it can also be related to harassment, which is very serious. Please be mindful and respectful of your boundaries with others in terms of physical touch. The last category I want to talk about is something that really impacts our reputation as a school, and that is horseplay and language, how our students present themselves, verbally and also through your actions. So when we see students pushing or play fighting or that kind of thing, it doesn't create a good impression for visitors we have at our school. It also creates a risk that could end up in the nurse's office. And the same thing about reputation comes with the language and the words that we use with one another, with ones that are overheard. We always want to keep it classy. I hope you've listened carefully to these reminders as we head into the home stretch of our 2018-2019 school year. Put yourself in a position so you can stay in school, avoid referrals and time in the main office for these types of issues. Thank you for listening carefully, and keep it classy, DSMS.
Hey DSMS, it's Jason.
And Josh with DSMS TV News.
7th grade GSA club meets today during lunch.
There will be kind of ice after school.
Now on to the birthdays.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
Hey DSMS, it's Wyatt with the birthdays. Today's birthdays are Alexander Everest, Colin Stewart, and Porter Wagner. Nico now to the weather.
Hey DSMS, it's Julie with the weather. Today there is a high of 63 and a low of 48 with a 0% chance of rain and 48% humidity. That's all for the weather. Now to the sports.
It's Gavin with the sports. There's girls basketball practice today. Now back to the anchors.
I am back.
Do not forget about me.
Do not forget to check the lost and found often, because everything will be donated tomorrow.
Go see if any of your stuff is in there.
Countdown to spring break, 2 days. Happy Pie Day.
Now to the blue stuff.
You got me started. What is wrong?
We have the hump day back.